Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing this morning? We got a good show lined up for you. I'm testing one thing real quick. I just saw I had some frame drops. I want to check and make sure I don't have no issues going on with those frame drops before we completely set into this show. We should be good though. I'm not sure what the frame drops really were. Yeah. Now, hopefully, guys are all having a great start to your. Wow, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Did you guys know it's Wednesday? Your beautiful Wednesday morning. We're gonna have an amazing show. We got some Govee products. We got some Anchor products. We got some, of course, shocks and so on. We actually have a bunch of very cool items that we're gonna be showing you guys today. We're gonna be starting off with, of course, the beautiful Govee products, and we're gonna start off with the Govee Wi-Fi spotlights. Now, these are actually cool little spotlights that can be used outdoors to showcase and show off some very cool ideas and stuff. So check out this video.
Smart outdoor spotlights. Now, what this comes is a two pack of these spotlights, which have these metal arms which go on a stake in the ground, and they kind of have a plug that goes on the long cord. This is a waterproof cord. You can see how it connects over here. It's got exactly two spots, one for each spotlight, and it has a really, really long cord. Now, the control box itself and the plug themselves are not waterproof, so you do want to put the waterproof box around them, but the entire cord is waterproof. It also comes with two stakes, and all you have to do is unscrew the top of the stake like this, and then you would put the spotlight into the stake itself. After you put the stake in the ground, you see how you line up the hole in the stake, and then you screw the spotlight on the stake, and then you're ready to go and set it up. So we'll go ahead and get these set up right now. The first thing we're gonna do is obviously find the places you want to put the stakes in the ground to where you can point the spotlights either towards bushes or your house or wherever where you think it is best to have your ambience where you want your glows. So in this case, I'm just going to put the spotlight right here, and I'm going to be facing these spotlights directly at the front of my house because I want to create kind of like the ambient glow in the front of my house for when passerbys come by. It'll be great for holidays where you can do different colors. And again, I can't wait to see how it looks. So easy to assemble, easy to put together, and the waterproof cord, you could easily just run underground, run it around plants. You can see it's easy to connect. All you have to do is take the cord
Bear
itself
with me,
and then
guys.
you
I know
plug
that
it in
there's
here. It only
probably
goes
a
one
little bit
way.
of
You
lag.
just
I'm
look for
not
the
sure what
notch
it's
and line it up,
caused from.
plug it in, and then you
See
just screw the
what's
cap on. This
affecting
is what
this.
helps makes it waterproof, so that if it does get a little bit of rain, it's not going to interfere with the cord. It's not going to mess with the lights at all. So again, just screw that on, and this is how you get one spotlight plugged in. Then just follow the cord down, untangle it, arrange it how you want, and then you do the other spotlight as well. Now, turn the spotlight on during the day. All you have to do is set up the Govee app, and it will pair with your smart lights. You just add it to the app. Then you have full color customization of the spotlights. Here's how it looks during the day. You can change the brightness. You can change the color. I finally set it on this kind of like light teal blue color because I have some of my pottery. It's kind of like a light blue teal around the house. So I thought this would be a nice color. And again, really easy to use the smart app. You could pair all your Govee products with the smart app, and it just works perfectly. And here's how it looks at night. Here's the front of my house.
Now, with that, guys, you can see all this beautiful lighting and effects that this can actually do and produce on the back of your home, or pretty much wherever you want. Maybe you guys got a tree that you want to light up. That's where this would work well for. And of course, use that as you may. It's going to do perfectly well for you guys, and that's the cool part about this. It's going to do amazing, amazing looks and effects for those of you that need those looks and effects. It's just a beautiful little product at a great price point. I actually enjoy this. Now, that is, of course, the Govee product. We actually have some more products that we're going to be showing you. Up next, of course, is the really cool Nebula Mars 3. Now, the Mars 3 is actually a projector that I believe Justin on the team did for us. So let me grab that. And I do know that I'm having some frame drops, guys. So I do bear with me. Not sure what's causing it, because everything on my end tests perfectly good. So let's grab this and you guys can see this in action.
I am here showcasing the Nebula Mars 3 long-lasting outdoor portable projector. Now, the first thing you'll notice about the projector is it's fairly large and fairly heavy for a portable projector, but there's a good reason for that. This projector has a long built-in battery life of about 5 hours watch time. In my testing, I did 2 movies back-to-back, including Valerian and a Transformers movie, running just about over 4 hours, and sure enough, it definitely has that kind of lifespan, although it varies depending on the brightness level you have set to it. Now, this projector can be controlled via remote or from the app on your phone or from the buttons at the top of the projector itself. On the bottom of the projector, you also have a mount point for a tripod, as well as you have a footstand here that you can just simply open up, and it allows you to adjust to tilt the projector upwards. Now, it only really has a fully open and a close. It doesn't have a height adjustable stand, so it's really just tilt up a little bit as far as the stand will go, push it back in, and push it flat. So you really want to put it on a surface that actually has the height adjustment unless you can get the right angle with just this default foot up like that. But it works out pretty well because there's automatic keystone correction. So even when you have it projecting at an angle, it will automatically detect the wall or projector screen in the projected image, and it will straighten it out and make it look great. Now, taking it outdoors, you want to line up and test your projector area during the day. You want to set everything up. So I found a table, I found a wall on my house that I could project to, and I had everything set up at the day so they didn't have to fumble setting it up for the first time at night. As mentioned, on the top of the projector, you have all
Now he's showing you guys the projector. He's showing you guys the controllers and everything that goes on with this outside. He's going to be playing it outside, which is kind of cool because it is rechargeable. Takes it outside. 1000 ANSI lumens brightness, up to 200-inch screen, 5 hours of playtime on the battery, which is amazing amount of playtime on this. Now the 100 ANSI lumens brightness is crazy bright for you. Now, don't think it just stays there with that because it has AI image adjustments, HDR10 built in, and it does have, of course, smart TV. Now, you do have 40 watts of multi-directional audio with Dolby Digital built in, which is crazy to think about. Now, it's IPX3 water resistant, not waterproof, so do be cautious with it outside. If it starts sprinkling, of course, take it down, and then you guys are good to go with this. Now, your Android TV 11 is going to give you access to over 4,000 movies, 7,000 apps on hand, which is good. You have multiple points of connection where you guys can use the HDMI connection to maybe play a game console on it, or maybe your Fire Stick or whatever you really want to plug into it, maybe a laptop. That's up to you how you do that. So really kind of cool with this, of course, usability and effectability on it. Two 15-watt speakers, one 10-watt speaker, which is going to produce that great sound quality. And he's showing you guys right here a nice little movie clip outside in action in the backyard, which is just great to see it in action outside. It's kind of cool. You guys can actually watch shows like this outside in your backyard and stuff. So you guys are seeing right here, it's just an amazing little projector. Look at the brightness of that. Phenomenal. Now he's going to bounce around. He's going to pull up like something else, of course, because he's just moving around, and then he's going to go and swap through some of the scenarios. It does weigh about 10 pounds. I mean, it is portable. It is a power bank, all right? It's built into it. It's got a battery that weighs a little bit in technology, but can be taken on the go. All those controllers, Anchor Nebula, guys, the Nebula Mars 3 portable projector. Crazy cool little product right there. Now, we also have the Shocks Open Run coming up next. Shocks Open Run's a really cool little piece as well. The Shocks Open Run's going to do phenomenal stuff for you. Now, this is literally just like that. It's an open ear designed product that you guys can use to swim with. Now, open ear is really cool because you guys can still hear everything going on around you. Now, swimming with the headset is one of the things you wouldn't think you could do because, I mean, sounds get muffled underwater, right? Well, this sits on you and produces the sound in the bones of your head, so it's going to produce sound into it. So this is kind of a cool little piece, and let's show you guys this in action. We're taking a look at a product from Shocks. This is their Open Swim Pros. That's right, they're pros. Now, inside this kit, you're going to get, of course, a very cool little silicone patch. This silicone patch is going to allow you to carry the case because they are waterproof. That means they're going to allow you to dry it in the case so you don't have to worry about water getting in there. Now, inside here, you do have two earplugs. These earplugs are quite important to help block your ears, but also to help produce that sound. I'm going to, of course, to your bone conductions when it's doing the bone conductions opening because it's an open ear style device, which means you can still hear everything going on around you if the earplugs are not in. Charging capability comes with the charging cable. The cable is actually kind of cool because it's got a new connector on it. And that is this 4-pin dot and magnet connection for that. Now, this is also your data transfer speeds, or data transfer for the MP3 player that's built in. We really don't need me talking on the video. We can talk about it ourselves. Now you guys can see it fits around your ears, which fits well. Does come in multicolor, so you have the gray version or you have this red colorway that we have in the carousel. Both the same price, 17% off. IP68 waterproof, so you guys can swim with it. 32 gigabytes of MP3 player built into, of course, these headsets. You guys can download it and install with that. But they are Bluetooth headphones as well. So you guys can actually pair it up and play music that way as well, which is great. But you have, of course, the built-in, which is even better because then you don't have to worry about Bluetooth connections while you're swimming a good distance with that. And that means you don't have to worry about your phone, right? Now, sound quality is great, but it works with what's called the Intuitive Shocks app. And the app is going to give you guys EQ modes. It's going to allow you to know if it's paired up. It's going to allow you to switch to Bluetooth or the MP3 mode. It's going to allow you to customize the pairing connections and everything else. It has 2 noise canceling microphones, so you guys can actually make phone calls with this headset. Bluetooth 5.4, which means it's a nice, fast, stable connection with a long reach. 9 hours of playtime, which is kind of great for a headset like this. It's literally about maybe 3 hours of charging, right? So get 3 hours of playtime in about 10 minutes. It's about a 2-hour charge for the whole thing, possibly. When you get to the last half of the battery, they always drop down when charging it. But sound quality is actually really decently well done, which is amazing to have something that's going to produce good sound quality. Now, the MP3 storage means you guys could probably store about 8,000 songs, depending on the length of the song, for that with this. Now, kind of amazing little piece, of course, for you guys when you're needing something that you guys just don't normally know. Shocks has got you covered, and I like Shocks because you don't have to use them just for swimming, guys. You guys could use it for a bunch of different ideas, ranging from, hey, I want to go out running down the sidewalk, but I want to be able to hear cars coming up behind me. This allows for that to happen. You don't have to worry about stuff sneaking up on you and, just like, causing issues. So that's where it's at with that. Now, we're going to show you guys, it's a little bit spendier of a product, but it's a really cool little piece. This is the ShareGeek 100 watt, or the 100 portable. It's a ShareGeek 100. It's a 100 watt portable charger. It's a 25,600 milliamp power bank with a digital screen. And it's kind of a see-through case. It's more of a conversation piece, which is great. I'm here, and today we're taking a look. Hey, that's the wrong link. They gave me the wrong link. Why did it give me wrong? All right, let me see if I can correct this. AC, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Charging. There we go. Now, this is, of course, that ShareGeek Portable Storm 2. Now, the Storm 2 is a 25,600 milliamp power bank, guys. 25,600 milliamps with multiple points of connection. It has 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, and a DC plug. Now, inside is 4 lithium batteries that you guys can actually see inside the case. Comes with the carrying bag, comes with the 100 watt pass-through cable. That 100 watt pass-through cable will allow for 100 watts of charge rate, which is what you really want to see when purchasing a product like that. I've actually received some products out there that said, oh, it's a 100 watt charger, but came with a 30 watt cable. And that's like, why would you do that when you gave me a 100 watt device? Now, with it, you're going to be able to see on the screen, of course, what you see right there is the intelligent IPS screen. It's going to allow you to see USB-C and 1 and 2. It's going to allow you to see USB-A. It's going to allow you to see DC in and out. It's going to allow you to see power, voltage, current, battery board temperature, operation hours, and display of working parts. Now, that's where you guys are going to be able to see. So you guys can see the temperature of the actual board and the batteries. So you don't have to worry about, like, damaging the system and all of that other stuff. Now, 25,600 milliamps or power, MAH, guys, that's a crazy amount of power in a device like this. Now, could you get something with the size of a power bank for small? Yes. Or for cheaper? Possibly, yes. Does it have all of the technologies that this one has? I don't know. Now, They say you can do about 4 iPhone chargers off of this. You guys should be able to give your MacBook about an hour and a half charge of usage. With that, of course, as well, you guys could do almost 2 charges with an iPad. I think 12 DSLR batteries, maybe 1 to 2 drone batteries. You guys could be able to do Nintendo Switches, any cell phone you can think of, earbuds. You guys, so much more with this as long as it takes a USB-C or USB-A. Now the DC port, guys, the DC port's for like laptops, smartphones, and other devices like that. If you have a DC port for your laptop, then you'll be able to connect up and run it that way with this. Now it's a phenomenal product and beautifully well done. I love the crystal clear case. You guys can see the lithium batteries. You guys can see the digital display. It's a conversation piece besides being a usable device. So having a conversational piece like that is really, really kind of cool. I love that it does that with this. So very, very amazing little product. If you're looking for something like that, check it out. You can't go wrong with that. Now we're going to move on to, let's see, White Noise Dream Egg White Noise product. I'm here, and today we're taking a look at this Dream Egg D11 white noise machine for the kids or babies. This does have 11 simultaneously different noises. It does do lullaby, music, shushing, vacuum cleaner, fetal tones, fan noises, white noise, ocean, brook, fair sound, and crickets. Now, it is fully rechargeable with the USB-C to USB cable, so you can charge it pretty much anywhere. It does come with this little cool clip. This little cool clip will allow you to connect it to the baby stroller, maybe their crib, or something else to hang it off of. Now, the white noise machine is just this small, and now when I turn this on, just right here, just like this, you're going to see that there is a night light. There's a button on the side. There's a power button, volume buttons, 32 levels of sound. If I change that, you'll see that it changes the brightness of this nightlight for you. Now on the back, it does have, you're greeted with a lock mechanism to lock out the buttons so they can't mess with it, which is kind of cool. Now what I'm going to do is change the microphone so you can actually hear this device working. So you guys give me a second. Let me swap out the background. One sec, guys. I gotta step aside real quick. Okay, now that you guys should be able to hear this, if I turn this up, you'll start hearing the noise just like that. Now, if I hit this top button on the opposite side where all the sound effects are, you'll see that it changes sounds. It does get louder. Wow, listen to that. Lullabies. Turn that off. It does have a timer, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90-minute timer if you want to use the timer. Cool little piece with nightlight, guys, for the babies if you guys need from Dream. Magnetic 5-card device. Safe wallet you've been looking for. This is actually from ESR. It is made from vegan leather and does have, of course, N52 magnets that are going to be super strong and hold up to 3,200 grams of force on this device. Now to pull it off, you guys can actually just pop it off just like that. It takes a lot of force though for that. You guys can see the magnet right back there. It's going to just sit there and magnetically stick. Is now, everybody here? Did I lose stream?
5
cards for those of you that need to hold multiple cards in a wallet on the back of your phone. So if you guys are looking for that beautiful MagSafe wallet like this one, look no further than ESR. They got you covered. All right, guys, so that is the ESR wallet. I'm having and seeing technical issues, so bear with me, guys. We're going to be moving on to another ESR product. This is going to be the Halo Lock device. The Halo Lock's a really cool little phone connector for your car. I actually use the ESR Halo Lock in my Durango. I use it for like driving and stuff, and it's cool because it's a magnetic wireless charger that you guys can stick your phone to. Now, it came really in handy when I did a cross country trip all the way to Oregon and back from the East Coast, which was kind of cool. To have a device to be able to charge my phones while I'm running it and all that. This does that
we take a
for you.
look at the
Now it's just that it's the ESR Halo Lock. It can connect up one of two ways. First and foremost, you guys can connect it to an air vent on your car, or you guys can connect it up and run it off of your dash with the sticky tab. That's up to you, however you connect that piece on this, and that's the sticky tab for like your dash and stuff. I prefer and use the vent mount instead. Unfortunately, the vent mount didn't last on my dash, and it was my car, not the actual device. So my vent on my car is really loose from my stereo. So I'm just gonna say that. Always check your vents and see how strong your vents are when using these devices, because your phones can be kind of heavy if you're doing that. If you have, something that shakes everything apart like I do in my cars, this kind of did that. So I ended up just laying it on the console because I didn't bring the sticky tab with me. But if I would have used the sticky tab instead and mounted it to the dash. Really cool option though, because you guys can plug in with the USB-C to USB-A charging cable. It's going to give you that 15 watts of charging capacity, which means your MagSafe charging phones like your iPhones and stuff can magnetically stick to it and charge on the go. You don't have to worry about stuff just, randomly, dying as you're doing it. You guys have, like I did, few day car trip. You guys can charge your phones and go and not worry about your phone dying halfway through the trip. That's kind of cool with this. Of course, just remember, guys, it's a nice little piece. And of course, I'm showing you guys right here with the power bank, connecting it up. We're going to plug it in with the wire that I have. You guys can see it light up, and then we're going to grab my phone. Literally, that's all there is. It's going to see it stick, magnetically stick. Once it's stuck, it is now charging. That's all there is to this. Simplified little piece, great little option for you. ESR's definitely got you covered with that one. Phenomenal product. I love that device. Now, I believe we have another wireless charger for your dash coming up right here as well.
Hey everyone, Nikita with Dragon Blogger here to show you the ESR Gear MagSafe car charger. This is a Halo Lock car charger designed for the iPhone 12, 13, and 14 series, and it is absolutely amazing. Power in a snap, a powerful magnetic lock. Now, it comes with some really awesome instructions on how to install it and on which proper adapter you're going to need to make sure that you get the full fast charging capacity out of this. It comes with a really awesome sticky pad that you're going to place wherever you want to, as well as a nice little covering where the magnetic charging takes place. It's super sleek, super fantastic, and I love the design of this thing. It was very easy to get set up, and once you get it set up, you can customize it quite thoroughly on how you want it and what angle you want it at. As you can see right here, we have it placed sort of in a way where it won't interact with the hazard lights, and as you can see, it's very easy to adjust and get exactly where you want. Not only does this thing charge your phone fast, but it also has a very safe and sturdy magnetic connection. So what you'll see right here is me plugging it up and then actually tapping it so you can see that it is charging the phone up at the top there. And like I said, it charges it pretty fast. But what's also really awesome is that it is super secure and I have absolutely no worries about it, which I'm going to show you in this next little clip right here. You'll see how strong it is. So I was making a little jokey joke, but as you can see, it is very sturdy. It's even handling this little cleaning right now. So if you're looking for a really awesome charger for your car, this is definitely the one that you're going to have to look at.
So cool little piece right there. If you're looking, guys, an amazing little option of a product that's going to allow you to charge and go. Like I said, amazing option. Now, I believe we have a vertical stand case coming up here next for the ESR for the iPad A16. I actually have this product, and if I step up and stand aside, I can grab this product. I'm going to actually do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this headset video. I'm going to grab the product and we're going to show you guys that ESR product real quick. But let's do this. Let's play the video for the EXA headset. While this is playing, I'm going to grab that product real quick. We're taking a look at a pair of headphones from EXA. Now, these, of course, are the E5 Bluetooth style or BTs. Now, they are Bluetooth connectable. They are also Wi-Fi connectable and 3.5 connectable and USB-C connectable. So you have multiple ways of using this or connecting this up, which is kind of cool that they did this for this purpose. Now, inside this, you're going to get about 52 hours of playtime on Bluetooth mode, about 35 hours on Wi-Fi mode, which is your 2.4 gigahertz, or 3-hour charging time with the USB-C port. Now, guys, you can play it unlimited if you guys want to do the other way. Inside this package, you're going to be greeted with the user manual, of course. You're also going to be greeted with, of course, the multi-point dongle. Now, this is, of course, your 2.4 gigahertz dongle, USB-A style and USB-C style. Now, to use the USB-A style, you have to put the USB-C style connected just into it, and this, of course, is now a receiver. Then you'll plug it into your PC, and it'll start receiving that way. Now, if you guys don't want to do that, you guys can use, of course, the charging cable, which is USB-C to USB-A charging cable to charge it, or you can use the supplied adapter, which is USB-C to 3.5 connectability to use it that way. Unlimited amount of fun that way, and low latency, of course, connectability because you're just instantly paired up. The headphones itself. Now, guys, you have 50mm drivers, long battery life with these, which is great. Good sound quality, but at $49.99. $49.99, it's a beautiful price point. Microphone mute button, of course, adjustments with the sound qualities. You guys can scroll up, you can scroll down, adjust the volumes. You guys can change tracks from this. And you guys can adjust the microphone to whatever you like. You can plug and play if you want to use it. Plug it in, connect it up that way, or of course just connect it up with the 2.4 gigahertz dongle. Low latency connections, which means it's good for gaming and sound quality. Use it for phone calls if you wanted to as well. Now remember, you do have to have a dongle connected up. That's up to you how you do that. It's a great little product that's going to do very, very well for you. Sound quality on this is amazingly well done. Microphone, beautiful as well. So if you guys need something like that, definitely check it out. Now, if you guys are looking for a case for your A16 iPad as a current version of the iPad, the A16, that's 11th gen case. That is this case right here. Now, this is a kickstand style case. That means you guys can set it up as a kickstand to allow it to set up on your desk. And of course, you guys can use it as a stand. Set it up however you want, and you guys can use this. Here's the cool part. It flaps open. It can close just like this. You guys will slide your iPad into here. You'll have the opening for, of course, the camera. It has a nice raised bezel all the way around to protect your screen and your camera as well. When you close this, you're going to be greeted with another kickstand. And that kickstand right back here can actually fold shut and magnetically holds. Or you guys can make it as a kickstand just like this if you wanted to. Of course, you have to have nails to pop it open like me, but once you have it, you can set your, just like this. If you don't want to set your tablet like that and you want to have it, of course, the other operation, set your tablet just like this, and it's going to allow you to tip it, and of course, hold the tablet up backwards. That's all there is to this, and it's a good little piece with this. Cool part is it still has, of course, the magnetic connection and opening for the pencil. So you guys can still use that pencil with this design. It magnetically will still stick to this. You have your volume controls as well. You have all the openings you could want, including the charging case. ESR does a really good job with this. Over 11-foot drop protection. So if you guys chucked it backwards like that, your iPad's going to be perfectly fine. Now, of course, there's no iPad in this one because, well, I don't have that iPad. But you don't have to worry about it. Air vent design. So this is kind of cool. So you guys can see that if I open it up, you have a nice air vent to design to allow the air to flow through while doing some gaming or anything. So if you guys need, ESR's got you covered, guys, with all of these amazing products on hand. Now we're going to be moving into OBSBots. I use OBSBots for everything. I use the OBSBot Meet 2 4K web camera all the time. Now, I actually have it set up here in, of course, a different orientation. So if we kind of pulled up the OBSBot software, and we're going to attempt to pull it up real quick. Let's see if we can grab this. So let's turn it on. Let's pop it in and let's grab this. So we are now on. We are up. We're coming over here. We're going to go to dual cameras. I'm going to grab the OBSBot. OBSBot Meet. Let's see if we can get it to go. You guys can now see that we have it up here in form and fitting. Let's fit the screen. So I have it in vertical mode. This is the OBSBot camera that I am touching right there. It's an amazingly beautiful, bright camera. 1/2-inch CMOS sensor. AI framing. Now, to do AI framing or auto framing, guys, it's a little finicky. This variation, not going to work so well. Here's the cool part. If I grab that camera, flip the other way, right? We're now flipped orientation. So when I flip orientation, we're going to, of course, come back over here. We're going to say, hey, let's deactivate. We should have a camera popping up. And there we are in, of course, orientation. Here is where the auto framing is going to work. See how it's sticking with me? It auto frames and keeps me in there. If I want to do upper body, we can do upper body auto framing. We can do group framing if we want to. I can even do virtual background with, of course, this camera. Now, virtual background's kind of cool. So if I want to change out the background to this camera, we just, replace it. It's going to be a little finicky because I'm doing, of course, 2 of these, but I have to turn off auto framing to do virtual background. So turn off the auto framing, let the software come back on. We'll replace the software with the background, right? Of course, it needs an update. It's asking for an update. So you guys can actually get firmware updates with the software as well, which is kind of a very, very gray beard of mine. So OBSBot Meet 4K web camera, guys. This camera is an amazing, amazing camera. Definitely check that camera out. You will not be disappointed with that camera one bit. Of course, with that, guys, we're losing streams. So streams dropping in and out. I apologize. It looks like we lost stream for a second there. I'm not really sure what's going on. What is going on here? Really crazy. It looks like it's the Amazon app that's causing some issues. So, cool little piece, of course. If you guys are looking for something like that, check it out. You won't go wrong with that one. It's a really amazing little product. Now, OBSBot makes some other really cool products, like the Amazon or the Tail Air. Now, the Tail Air is another really amazing little piece that will, of course, do what you need as you need when you need it. And, of course, you're going to always need it. I mean, I use them so much on a lot of different streams. Now, we are going to attempt to shut this one camera off. And we're going to grab the other one. So this is the Tail Air. The Tail Air is a wireless camera. So I'm going to turn on this camera, right? So you guys are going to see it come up. It's going to power on. We're now up and we're powered on and it's ready to activate. It's a little dusty because it literally sits here and gets used so much that I don't dust it, right? Now, it's going to take a second for the app to activate said camera. Once the app activates and realizes that the camera's there, which it just beeped and came green, so the moment it went green, it is now up and activated, and we can come over here to the Tail Air. I'm going to start virtual camera. We're going to come back down here to the dual cameras. We're going to, of course, go dual cameras. We're going to say Tiny 2 out. We're going to move 4K out, and we're going to go OBSBot virtual camera in. Now, we have the OBSBot virtual camera. We're going to transform this to fit the screen. So we now have, of course, this in screen. Cool part is I can actually rotate the camera so you guys can actually see every working behind me. Or you guys can, of course, if I really need to, I can adjust it, turn it around, just like this. Now, I'm going to set it on the desk. We're going to point it at me. You guys are going to see it's there. I'm going to say standard tracking. So now when I move around, it's going to track me inside, of course, the angleability of this device, which is great. It's tracking me. It's keeping me in movement. So if I do this and get up and start walking away, it's going to, of course, go like this. Let's see if it can actually read me. Oh, tracking dropped out. So let me add the tracking back onto this. So let's add the tracking back. So when I come back here, we're going to go like this and see if it can zoom on in. Of course, it's now tracking me in here. If I come up closer to the zoom in, stop, come back, you guys can see. It's now, of course, now zooming by hand gestures, but keeping me in frame while I move around and talk about what we're doing here and how we're doing it. Now remember, it's fully wireless, so it's rechargeable. We don't have to worry about it. Recharging it means we don't have to, of course, have connections. And literally, I can take this camera, set it up, put it around wherever I really want to, and we are good to go. If I need to, of course, you guys can see it's going to bounce back and forth. It's not tracking me properly. That's just, pieces it works with. Now, this camera does some other really cool stuff. So if I go back to the dual cameras and I say preset 1, it has a preset for that camera. So preset 1, preset 2. And of course, preset 3 is going to go way up there, and you guys can kind of see some of the artwork on the walls and stuff like throughout my house. So kind of cool that it does all this, but beautifully I jumped. Well done product. I love this product so much so. Fully rechargeable, guys. This is actually being accepted to take around. Now, they've actually created a newer tail air as well, which I really want to get my hands on. So there's another tail air. I think it's the tail air 2. I need to get my hands on it and mess around with it. Supposedly, battery life's even better with it. Now, some other cool stuff is you guys can actually use these devices if you really want to. You guys can use these devices cabled if you need to or not. That's up to you. It's a little bit spendier, yes, but definitely worth checking out if you guys need something like that. Now, I'm having issues with the Amazon app completely, not sure what's going on, so bear with me as we do stuff, all right? So next up, I think we have the Tiny 2 Lite. Now, the Tiny 2 Lite is another product that's actually in my hand. Really, really phenomenal camera as well, something you guys will actually enjoy. So bear with me as I pull this into my hand. Look. That's all it is. It's a tiny, tiny little thing here, right? So you guys have this amazing, amazing little piece of product right here. So this is the Tiny 2 Lite. 4K web camera, pan, tilt, and zoom, but in the palm of your hand. Does need a cable. You have to have a cable for this. Now, $159 is definitely worth having and using for this. You have this beautiful little kickstand. Of course, that kickstand is going to allow it to set up on a monitor, so it can sit on a monitor and then work on your monitor. Don't want to use that? Use the tripod on the back. The tripod's going to allow you to, of course, connect. Works with the same OBSBot app, so you don't have to worry about it. It has app control. USB-C connections, dual microphones with this, of course. The dual microphones are phenomenal, guys, so you guys have a great usability with this. It's one of those amazing little products that's going to do swimmingly well for a lot of people. Now, the microphones are decent, so if you guys don't have studio quality microphones or higher end microphones, use these. The noise canceling built in does do phenomenal stuff. Don't really need it. Great for video chatting to keep, of course, your family in and out. Now, it is going to be the same as the Tiny SE. The Tiny SE is just a 1080p version of this. At 1080p, guys, you guys can do 100 frames per second. It just doesn't do the 4K, all right? So the SE is 1080p at 100 frames per second. This is 4K at 60 frames per second. There is your difference. $160 compared to $99. At $99, it is very, very well worth getting the 1080p version. I like the 4Ks, but I have them all. So great cameras. I use these cameras so much so I'm not even kidding. I have, of course, the original 4K pan, tilt, and zoom over here, the Tiny. So that is where we're at. Now, I think we're going to be showing some Bezus products now. So let's show you guys a Bezus. Tired of walking around and your phone dying all the time and not having a way to charge it? Well, I got an option for you, and that's from Bezeus. Now, this is actually a MagSafe wireless charger. This is actually a really cool little piece. It's stuck in, of course, the package. I'm going to show you guys. Ultra thin and very beautifully well done. Now, this is a 20-watt wireless charger. It is MagSafe. It is a 10,000 milliamp style device. It is a magnetically connected device that you're going to connect up like this. First and foremost, you're going to peel the plastic off the back of it so you are ready to go with this. Now, this is actually going to allow you to instantly be able to connect up and then start charging. On the bottom is the indication of the charge level and the USB-C port. Now, 10,000 milliamps means you guys are going to be able to charge your iPhone 14 at least 2 times, with that being said, which is actually kind of cool. Now, this is, of course, a nice little wired charger that you guys can use wired if you want. 20 watts wired charger, 7.5 watts wireless charging capable. You can also do 5 watts or, of course, 10 watts if you're doing dual charging. Now, if you're doing dual charging, the top one, of course, is going to be 5 watts wireless and 10 watts wired. Guys, quick, simple, easy little piece that's going to allow you to charge on the go if you need. Nice and